So the question is about doubt, and I was saying that par- paralyzing doubt is one of the hindrances, and it's this sense of not knowing which direction to take and being kind of stuck. Uh, the way it's related is often as a person at the fork of a road not knowing which direction to take, so they kind of get stuck there. And paralyzing doubt can manifest in daily life as well as in meditation. And in meditation, it manifests as kind of not really being sure about what you're supposed to be doing, or whether the value of what we're doing and meditating. So you kind of pull back a bit, or you don't put your energy's not so strong. Um, I know that I've experienced doubt in meditation sometimes when I think, oh, what am I supposed to be doing here now? And I notice my energy kind of backs off and my mind gets a bit distracted. But as soon as I remember what I'm doing and the direction I'm taking, I have energy. So the antidote for doubt in the text, in the in the sutras they talk about it as contemplating dependent arising, contemplating cause effect relationships, contemplating the way things are, the way things come into being, and the way they disappear. And also, an antidote is the development of trust. So, and this relates to just common everyday lack of confidence in something. And how do we gain confidence in something? Well, it's about seeing it realistically, seeing the situation realistically, and also evaluating our own capacities. Also about cultivating our own skills uh, with experience and so on. Then, when we have some trust in our capabilities, when we can see some trust, even from reflection, oh, hold on a minute, I've done this before. I was pretty good then, and I may not be fantastic at it, but I'm okay with it. When we have confidence in our capacity, then we're willing to put forth effort, and that's how we start on that pathway of trust, leading to energy, leading to mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. So yeah, it is common that we lack in confidence. It's just part of life. These hindrances, they don't disappear until we're fully enlightened. And along the way, they become the business of our practice, of our life and our practice, our meditation practice. You know, we got we need to get used to them and familiar with them so that we can work with them. And it's useful to identify them. When you can identify, you go, well, there it is. I know what it is. That's it. And, how can I help this? Oh, I can go and talk to someone. I can find out a bit of information about this. I can, you know, check it out with a teacher or a friend, or I can just reflect on how it's worked before, and so on and so forth. So there's lots of ways. I hope that answers the question, Christy. I'll turn off the recording if you want to. Yeah, man, what can you say? It is all about dependent origination or dependent arising, uh, or dependent co-arising. That's what all of Buddhism is about. That life is about that. Uh, I did hear Stephen Batchelor say dependent arising equals life. That's it. I mean, and there's so much you can say. Like, I look out my window and there's life. I mean, there's trees growing and dogs running around and I was going to say people barking, but really, dogs barking. There's all these kind of coming together of events, and it's just the way it is. It's just arising and passing, and this ocean of experience. And I think that it is what it is, and there's no, I hope I don't offend anybody, but there's no real being behind it all. There's no God kind of directing it all. It's just this interdependent uh, arising and passings of experience that we could call life. And there's so much in that. I mean, you're asking to talk about life. Well, this is it. And if we can hone in on some of the features of that understanding to find liberation, fantastic. Sometimes it's like this, life is like a big ocean of experience. And what we are, I mean, I've heard it described like this, life is like an ocean of experience. And what we are is like a wave in the ocean. And the wave kind of goes up and forms and changes and then dissolves back into the ocean. It's this idea that we're something. Um, and I was attending a group with Stephen Snyder, and somebody else described it like putting a fence around a wave in the ocean. I mean, it's just doesn't mean anything. Like creation of an ego is like putting a fence around a wave in the ocean and saying that's me. But of course, it's not like that at all. It's just this changing dynamic. So yes, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to think about, and also there's a lot to let go of and just be present with in terms of waking up to a dependent arising. And I don't pretend to understand it, but it's really wonderful to have tastes of it from different perspectives. And I can see the more I have a taste of it, the more freeing my heart is. The more I can let go of this idea that I'm, fenced in as a particular individual or in this massive experience. I mean, we need to do that to live and function and so on. You know, I see clients and I work as a psychologist, etc., etc. But the more I can let go of clinging to those ideas, the freer I am. Yeah.